All right, before I begin doing the questions, okay, I just want to go through with you again. So what is algebra? Algebra is seen as X or Y or any other alphabet from A to Z. The common ones are X and Y. The common use algebra is X and Y. Okay, so for example, if I have X plus X equal to 20, it means that this X and this X have the same value. It holds the same value, right? This is your rule number 1. The same alphabet holds the same value, okay? Now, rule number 2, it mentioned here that the default order of operation for algebra is times. Example, if I say 2x, this is also known as 2 times x. So if I say 3x, this is also known as 3 times x. Okay, if you look at this, we have done this many times. If you all remember and can recall your units. Example, I have 5u represent 20. Let's look at this 5u. Isn't this 5 times u, which is actually 5 units, right? How many times of that unit do you see? I see it 5 times. So this model, if I were to draw it, it is actually how many units? 5 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So which means 5u is 5 units. The same here. If I say 3x, it is 3 of the x's. So if I want to draw my model for this one, it's also 3 boxes. Like this. It's just that I represent each box as x. This one, I represent each box as u, or in this way, it is actually a short form of units. Understand? We've been doing algebra all this while. You just do not know that that was algebra. Understand? Okay, so do not be so overwhelmed and then like so scared of algebra. Algebra is actually units. It's the same as units. Just that I play around with different alphabet. Understand? Now, rule number 3, they say that the single letter, for any single letter, there is an implicit, means it is a known rule, okay, a known that there is always number 1 in front. Example, if I have y, okay, just y. Y is actually 1y, which is actually 1 times of y. So if I want to draw my model for this, this is actually just 1 box. And this 1 box is y, like that. Understand? Okay, so there is always an implicit y there. Understood that there is a 1 in front of there. Unless they say it is 2y, then there is no implicit 1 in front lah, because it's 2 in front there, which is actually 2 times of y. So if I draw my units, there'll be 2 boxes of y. Understand? Okay? Yes. So number 1, find the value of 3w over 2 minus w plus 4 when w equals to 18. It seems very complicated, right? But if you substitute, so we are going to look at this w. So we are going to substitute all the w's in this equation. What is an equation? This is called an algebraic equation. Algebraic equation. Okay, it's not just an equation, it's an algebraic equation, which means it includes algebra inside. So we are going to substitute all the w as 18. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite first. 3w over 2 minus w plus 4 now equals to 3. Now this 3w means 3 times w, right? In this case, the w is 18. Then over 2 minus w is 18 plus 4, like this. Okay, so what do? Look at 3 times 18 first, okay, which is equals to 54 over 2 minus 18 plus 4. So we solve the division first, because order of operation says that I need to solve division first, right? The Bodmer's rule, BODMAS, okay? So 54 divided by 2 is equals to 27 minus 18 plus 4. 27 minus 18 is 9. You bring down plus 4. Answer will be 13. Answer is option number 3. If for question number 1, they ask you to find the value, means to solve it. But if you look at question number 2, they ask to simplify. So when you simplify means you are not going to get a definite one number for an answer. You are just going to shorten. You are going to shorten the algebraic expression. So this one here is called an algebraic expression. These are all the terms which you do not have to know. I'm just sharing with you first, okay? An equation is when you have something that is given to you equal to something. Okay, an expression is when there's nothing equals to some the equation doesn't have any equal there. Okay, so in this case, what do I have to do? I have to simplify, shorten it, make it short. All right, so I rewrite first. 15x plus 9 plus 12x minus 8 equals to, so let's look at all the common things. Remember, I always use this terminology. Group up all the numbers to one side and then group up all the units to the other side. I always say that, right? Whenever I do units method, I always say that, okay? So we are going to group all the units. In this case, the units is actually the x's. Okay, we're going to look at the x's first. So we're going to move them together. 15x, and then here, the plus belongs to the 12x. Plus 12x plus 9 minus 8. So if you look at it, each of them have their own sign. Can you see? Each of them have or belong to one of the sign. Okay, so equals to, then you solve this one first. 15x plus 12x will be 27x. Then plus, copy down, 9 minus 8 is 1 equals to 27x plus 1. Answer. That's it. I can't further simplify anymore. Okay, I cannot solve it anymore. Leave it as that. Answer is option number 2. Jess is 6K years old now. How old will she be in 5 years' time? So if I were to have a question like if Jess is 8 years old now, in 5 years' time means I need to plus 5. Correct or not? Okay, so if this is the number given, so I just take 8 plus 5, that's it. This is Jess' age in 5 years' time. So the same thing here. So Jess is 6K. You plus it with 5. That's it. So which one is my answer? Can I solve 6K plus 5? I cannot solve. Because on my left-hand side, this is an algebra. On my right-hand side, this is a number. This is algebra, and this is a number. And what is this whole thing? This is called an expression because there's no equal sign. Can I solve an expression? I cannot. An expression cannot be solved because there's no equal sign. Leave it as it is in its simplest form. 6K plus 5, that's it. The answer is option number 1. Find the value of 6m minus 8 when m is 3. So in this case, we are going to substitute m. Substitute the m. Wrong spelling. Okay, never mind. You understand. So 6m minus 8 is equals to. So which means 6m is 6 times m minus 8. We know that m is 3 equals to 6 times 3 minus 8. Bodmer's rule tells me that I need to solve the multiplication first. So 6 times 3 is 18. Minus 8 equals to 10. So this is correct. Very good, Rauda, just now. Okay, now the next question. 31 minus 3w when w is 5. Again, substitute w as 5. So 31 minus 3w equals to, copy down, 31 minus, okay, this 3w means 3 times w equals to 31 minus 3 times 5. Okay, Bodmer's rule says that we do the multiplication first. So we solve this one first. Equals to 31 minus 3 times 5 is 15. So 31 minus 15, answer is 16. Very good. This is also correct, my Sarah. Okay, so the rest of you, simplify 8g minus 5 plus 12 minus 3g. It looks very confusing, but remember what I say. Group up all the numbers to one side and then group up all the algebras to the other side. Where is the algebra then? Algebra is those that have the alphabet. These are my algebra. And then the rest of them are the numbers. And remember that algebra usually will have its own units in this case, plus or minus or times or divide in front of them. So in this case, my 3g, there is a minus in front. That minus belongs to the 3g. So when you move the 3g, the minus comes along. Okay, so equals to 8g. I'm going to bring my 3g beside 8g because I'm going to group all the g's to one side. Okay, minus 3g minus 5. Oops, not 50. Minus 5 plus 12, like this. Okay, so in this case, I know that my 8g minus 3g I can solve, but can I take minus 5 plus 12? Is it possible to do that? Cannot, right? You have not learned how to do minus 5 plus 12. So remember, the units belong to the number in front like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to solve this one first, which is 5g. All right, in this case, I'm going to swap plus 12 minus 5, like this. Okay, equals to 5g plus, so 12 minus 5 is 7. My answer is 5g plus 7. Okay, like this. So I told you before, when you are supposed to simplify, let's look for all the algebra and all the numbers and group them one side. In this case, my algebra is 4y and 9y. And I know that there is the sign that belongs to each of the algebra in front of them, like that. Even the 7 on its own, there is a minus. Can you see? Okay, so I'm going to rearrange them. I'm going to rearrange them. So equals to 13. So I'm going to bring my minus 7 over to the front. Okay, which means minus 7. Okay, then between minus 4y and 9y, between 4 and 9, which is the bigger number come forward, the bigger algebra come forward. So plus 9y minus 4y, like this, equals to, we do this one first, the number 13 minus 7 is 6, and then the plus, bring down, and then we solve this one. 9y minus 4y is plus 5y. Answer is 6 plus 5y. 6 plus 5y. Okay. You all know that each of the number and each of the algebra have their own signs in front of them. So minus 7, and then you have your plus 9y, you have minus 4y. What about 13? What is in front of 13? This is a number. This is not an algebra. In front of 13 is actually a plus, but it is implicit. Remember, implicit means I know, but I don't have to put it in. Okay, I know that it is a positive number. It's a plus. You're going to learn about all these positive number, negative number, which is called integers, when you are in Sec 1. But for now, just know that for a number, in front of it is a plus. Okay, so when you move things around, so I don't have to put a plus there. When you move things around, you are going to move the number with the sign together with them. So in this case, 13, I move the number. Number is who? Is 7, right? The number have a minus, correct? So I bring the minus 7 beside 13. Okay, then it's a choice between 4y and 9y. Which one is bigger? The bigger one will come forward first. The bigger one is 9y. So plus 9y, and the smaller one behind, like this. Okay, and then what do? We always solve the number first. So this is 6, then plus, then here 5y. And that's the answer. Okay, so for number 8, Beth bought 4 pens for $M each. How much did Beth pay for the pens altogether? If this is a basic whole number question, you know that 4 pens is the total number of pens that I buy, and then $M each is the cost of 1 pen. So in this case, 1 pen is $M. Did I buy only 1 pen? No, I bought 4 pens. Okay, so 4 pens is actually $M times 4. Or let me just give you an example. Or if I have 1 pen that costs $2, if I have 4 pens, isn't it $2 times 4? Same, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Algebra and whole numbers, they act the same way. It's just that you are substituting or using the alphabet to represent a number. Okay, so it's the same thing. So in this case, M times 4 will be dollars M4, or usually we will write it down as 4M. Between M times 4, you can interchange it and become 4 times M. It is okay. M times 4 or 4 times M is interchangeable. The same as if I say 2 times 4 is also okay when I say 4 times 2. Correct? It's interchangeable. So usually the number comes first, then the algebra comes behind. All right, so the answer is $4M. That's my answer. Okay. Okay. A plumber charges $8H plus 50 for plumbing works. He charged this, where H is the number of hours spent. How much would the plumber charge for 8 hours of work? So in this case, I know that he charges a certain amount for the work that he done. Okay, so in this case, they say that H is actually the number of hours. So if you're not sure there, H is equal to number of hours. Did the question say the number of hours that he worked? Yes, he said that he worked for 8 hours. So H is actually 8 hours. In short, H is 8. All right, so we are going to substitute H into the equation here. Okay, so $8H plus 50, that's a bracket, is equals to $8. Between 8H here, you should know that this means 8 times H. So 8 times 8 plus 50, like this, right? Equals to, what do I do first? I do my times multiplication, because Ottman's rule say that multiplication comes first. So dollar bracket 64 plus 50 equals to $114. And that is my answer, 114. The length of a rope is 3 meters. It is cut into 2 pieces. One piece is PCM longer than the other piece. What is the length of the shorter piece of rope? Express your answer in centimeters. What's my first step? If you look at the first sentence, they say that the whole length of the rope is 3 meters. But the answer requires you to write it down in cm. So what must I do first? I need to convert my 3 meters to become cm. Do you all do that step first? Okay. So 3 meters is equals to how many centimeters? And how do I get that? You all should know on a side track. 1 meter is equal to 100 cm. How do I get to this? From 1 to 100, I times it by 100 itself. Okay. So the same for this, 3 meter is equal to how many cm? 300 cm. How do I get that? 3 times 100. Okay, so which means the total, this is my total length of my rope. Now, let's do the comparison. I know that I have a longer piece and a shorter piece. Okay, longer piece and a shorter piece. All right. So there's two. So I'm going to draw a model. Longer means it's longer lah. The model will be longer than my shorter. So let's say my longer is like that. And then my shorter is something like this. Okay. And my total is 300 cm. I can put it at the side here. Now, where is the longer part there? Can you see this is the longer part here, which is actually P centimeter? Okay, this part here is P centimeter. Okay, if you understood from what I say usually in terms of comparison model concept, if I were to separate them into two, I will have my left hand side and my right hand side. My right hand side will always show the extra. And my extra is to be taken away. Where is my extra? This is my extra. I'm going to change the color. This is my extra, which is actually P centimeter. And what must I do to my extra? Take it away. Okay, so my first step is 300 for my total, 300 minus P. Can I solve this? Can I tell you, can I tell the answer is example 120? No, right? Because I do not know what P represents. So I leave it as 300 minus P, like this. So which means after I take away the extra, I'm left with this. Leave it there like that. Am I done? Once I take away that, I will have two equal parts. And my two equal parts is this one and this one. They are both the same size, the same units, right? I have two equal parts. In this case, this is my one part and this is my other part. There are two equal parts. So what do I do with the balance after I take away? I divide it by 2 because what do I want? I want the shorter piece of rope. I want this one, which is just one part. This is just one part or 1 unit. Okay, so I have 300 minus P divided by 2. Can I leave my answer like that? Actually, you can, but the proper way to show, to represent division is like this. Okay, bracket 300 minus P over 2 close bracket centimeter. This is how you represent. This is correct already. This is correct. But the proper way to represent it with units is this way. Because I need to put my cm, right? I need to put my cm. So if your answer, you put 300 minus P divided by 2 like this. If the marker is very strict, this is wrong. Because you do not represent it properly. The proper way of representation is this. When you have a division, the division will be represented as a fraction. Can you see or not? Where's the fraction? There, the fraction line. Okay, there's a proper way. There's a proper way to represent algebra and units of measurement, cm. So my correct answer is 300 minus P over 2 bracket close cm. Answer. Okay. So Sam is twice as old as Brian now. So if you understood what twice means 2 units. Who is 2 units? Sam. As old as Brian. So Brian is 1 unit. This is now. Now means the present age. Now age. Okay. In X years time means I'm going to plus X. I'm going to plus X for both. For both. Okay. Which means Sam plus X. Ryan also plus X. Okay. The sum of their ages will be this. So this is the total age. Find Brian's age 6 years ago. When I say ago means I must take away. Take away how many years? 6 years. So let's draw a model, okay? So I have Sam and I have Brian. So Sam is twice, right? So Sam is 2 units. Like this, and then Brian is 1 unit like this. Okay, I'm happy already like this. However, you know that the question say that in X years time, I need to add on X. So let's add on X. Let's add on X here. This is X. Add on X here. This is also X. So when I add x, their total will become 50 years old. Okay, so I want to find out how old is Brian 6 years ago. So before that, I need to find Brian now age. I need to find Brian's age now. This one, right? The now means Brian is only 1 unit. Can you see? Just this blue portion, which is actually just 1 unit. Now, let's look at this. You can see the extras going around. Where are the extras? The extras is the x's. This and this. These are extra. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to take away the extra. So 50 minus, how many x are there? Minus x, minus x. So if you take a look, this is 1x, is 2x. So this is actually 50 minus 2x. Understand? Okay, so this x and x, I can add it up and then it becomes the 2x. Right, so it's 50 minus 2x. So once I minus my 2x, I will be getting this 1 unit. I get 1 unit and also this 1 unit. They're all the same. So I want Brian only. I want Brian present, which is just 1 unit. So this 50 minus 2x, I need to divide it by 3 units or 3. How to represent this? 50 minus 2x over 3. Remember just now I taught you how to represent algebraic expression when it's divide. So it's like this. I'm not happy yet because I need to find 6 years ago. So this is Brian's now age, but not happy. I don't want. I want 6 years ago. So 50 minus 2x over 3 minus 6. And is that it? Is that the answer? Yeah, done. I can't solve it because there is no need for me to solve the equation. I do not know what x is. They did not say anything about x. What is x? So I leave it as it is. So my answer is 50 minus 2x over 3 minus 6 years old. Answer. Understand? Okay. Raju scored a total, this is his total marks, 9K marks in English, mathematics, and science, which means math plus English plus science, add up together, it is 9K, okay? His English and math are the same, which means English is equal to math marks. He scored 70 marks in science. Okay, so I know the actual marks only for science. So can I find my answer for the math expressed in terms of K? So when I say I have a total, so which means English plus math plus science equals to 9K marks. All right, I'm putting it this way, okay? And I know that my math and English are the same marks. This is equal. I know that my science is 70 marks. I want to find my math. That is, okay? So in this case, what do? I take away what I given. So what am I given? I'm given the science, this one. So I take away my science first. Right? So what do? 9K minus 70. Can I solve or not? I cannot. I leave it as it is. Okay. Then I want to find my math. So English plus math means there are 2 subjects, right? Now I want to find 1 subject, which means this one, when I minus away, I divide it by 2 subjects to get my 1 subject. Okay. And how do I express this? 9K minus 70 over 2. This is how I express my answer. This is my answer for part A. Done. Okay. Now for part B. If K is 24, find Raju's marks in English, which means this is for English. This is also for math because they are the same. Correct? English and math are equal. So which means my English is equal to 9k minus 70 over 2 equals to 9k. 9k means 9 times k. So in this case, 9 times 24 minus 70 over 2. What do I solve first? I solve for this one, 9 times 24 first, right? So 9 times 24, you will be getting 24 times 9. 216, oops, wrong. 216 minus 70 over 2. No space, I'm going to write at the side. Usually you must go downwards, okay? So 216 minus 70, you get 146 over 2. This is divide, over means divide, and you're going to get 73. Answer for part B. Done. The chairs in a hall are arranged in 6 wide rows. There are 15 chairs in each row. Each means one row, okay? How many chairs are there in the hall in terms of Y? When they say in terms of Y, means it is as an expression. You don't have to solve it. Leave it as it is, whatever you get. Okay, let's do part A first, okay? So in one row, I have 15 chairs. How many rows do I have? I have 6 Y rows. So 6 Y rows will be 15 times 6 Y. Or you can write it as 6 Y times 15. Then this one you can solve. When it comes to multiplication, remember they say that the default mode of algebra is multiplication. So when it comes to multiplication and division, you can do it. Okay, in this case, I can solve this by taking 15 times 6 and then just add in the y. Okay, or in this case, 6 times 15 and just add in the y equals to 90y. Here also I get 90y. Just have to take 6 times 15 and just add in the y later. Okay, so which means how many chairs are there in terms of y? There are 90 y chairs. Right, now part B. 2/9 of the chairs are removed. Okay, of the chairs, how many chairs do I have? I have 90 y chairs. How many chairs are left in the hall if y is equal to 5? Okay, so in this case, what do I do? There are a few methods to do this. One of it is, of course, I need to substitute, right? I need to substitute it first. So if y is equal to 5, substitute. So I have a total of 90y, which is also known as 90 times y, which is 90 times 5, like this, equals to 450 chairs. Now, I want to know how many chairs are left in the hall. How many are removed? 2/9. So when I say how many chairs are left, what do? I take 1 whole minus 2/9. Because this is the total number of chairs that I have, and this is what was removed to get what I have left, which is 9 out of 9 minus 2 out of 9 equals to 7 out of 9. I want to find 7/9 of the chairs, So 7/9 times 450 equals to, and my answer is 350. Done. This is my answer. Okay. Okay, let's go. An apple pie means 1 apple pie costs X dollars, and a cupcake means 1 cupcake costs $2 more than an apple pie. Eva has just enough money to buy 2 cupcakes and 1 apple pie. If Eva has $10, find the cost of 1 apple pie. Okay, so let's compare between 1 apple pie and 1 cupcake first. 1 apple pie and 1 cupcake. Okay, so the apple pie is X dollars and a cupcake costs $2 more. So if I want to draw my model, my apple pie will be shorter than my cupcake. Cupcake will be longer. Longer by $2. Okay, so the portion here extra here is our $2 like this. Okay, so this apple pie is X dollar. So here also X dollar, same. These two parts are the same. Okay, so now I not only buy one cupcake, I bought two cupcake, right? So one more cupcake, stack it down. I'm gonna stack it downwards like this. Okay, and of course the extra part will follow lah. So here will be $2, here will be X dollars like this. And my total amount of money that Eva have is $10. She have like that. I want to know, find the cost of one apple pie. I want to find this one here, just like that. So from here you can see that there are the extra parts, right? Here you see the extra parts. Okay, so this is my left hand side. This is my right hand side. My right hand side is actually our extra. What do I do with extra? I throw them away. I take it away. Okay, so $10 minus. This is, if you look at a one cupcake, it's actually X dollars plus $2. Plus $2, right? Because we have to put them together. Okay, so which means I need to take away, I want to take away the cost of the extra $2 here. All right, so I minus my minus $2 minus $2 equals to 10 minus 2, 8. 8 minus 2 is $6, like this, $6. And this $6 is how many equal parts there? How many equal parts left? So if you look at this, 1, 2, 3. How many x's do I have? 3, right? 3 x's. So 3x is $6. I want to find how many apple pie is how many x? Just 1x. 1x is 6 divided by 3x, like that. Okay, equals to. So in this case, I know that this $6 is divided by 3 boxes. Okay, so to find 1x, I can just ignore the x here because I know that one box, I'm finding one box. So 6 divided by 3 is equals to $2. Like this. Okay, so the answer is, what is the cost of one apple pie? It is $2. Done. In a school hall, 120 pupils are arranged in 5 rows. Each row, one of the row, every row, each means every row, has W more pupils than the row in front of it. There are 6 W pupils in the 5th row. Form an equation in W and solve it to find the number of pupils in the 3rd row. Okay, so I have 5 rows, right? Let's say I have row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5. They say that there are 6 W pupils in the 5th row. So which means this one here is 6W. Every row have W more pupils than the row in front of it. Okay, so which means this is the most. This row 5 is the last row. So this is the most already. So if you go backwards, let's go backwards. So it will be 6W minus W will be 5W, like this. Okay, then if I go backwards here, this will be 5W minus W. This is 4W. If I go backwards, going backwards means going opposite. When they say each row have W more, so when I go opposite, I must take away W. Take away W, take away W, take away W, take away W. Every going backwards is doing the opposite. Okay, so here will be 4W minus W. It is 3W. Here will be 3W minus W will be 2W. So right now it is 2W, 3W, 4W, 5W, 6W. And it is a total of the 120 pupils. So if I take all the W's together, I add up 6W plus 5W plus 4W plus 3W plus 2W. This will give me 20 W's. 20 W's is 120 pupils. I want to find my third row. My third row means I want to find my 4W. This one, third row. Okay, now let's do this. This is like units. This is like 20 units or 20 W. In this case, this is exactly like units method, right? So I find what is 1 W. So 1 W is 120 divided by 20. Like this, equals to 6. 1 W or W is 6. I want how many W's? 4 W. That is 6 times 4 equals to 24. Answer. All right. Why is this so? Because W is as good as I put it as unit. Example, 20 unit is 120. Can you see? It's the same. This is the same. It's the same method as representing it as units. Okay.